Microsoft's E3 presentation for Xbox is coming up soon for E3 2012, and so I thought it'd be cool to talk about them. Uh, in advance, I'd like to say I don't want to see a bunch of anti-Xbox hate messages in the comments box. I think when people hate on systems like that, it's silly. I think it's silly when people hate on Nintendo like that. I think equally so for the other systems, so you're not going to impress me by doing that, just a heads up. Now, as for Microsoft's E3 presentation, uh, basically, they've spent the last 3 years trying to convince their traditional base, the so-called hardcore, whatever that's supposed to mean, that Natal is relevant to them and relevant to traditional games, not just for casual friendly things like Connect Adventures and Star Wars Connect and the Sesame Street game. I don't even know if that's out or whatever. I've been following that and that Disneyland game. And they've been trying to convince people that Connect is relevant to their traditional gaming tastes. And they've really failed to do that. For 3 years, they've been trying to do that. It really sank. It really demoted last year's E3 presentation. No, honestly, if Nintendo came out with what Microsoft came out with for the Xbox presentation last year, no one would ever take Nintendo seriously again. But Microsoft could literally come out with Sesame Street games and Disneyland games, and they still get taken seriously as a so-called hardcore system. Now, really, basically, what E3 2012 is going to be is it's going to be kind of like Microsoft's E3 2004, where at E3 2004 they didn't show the new Xbox, but its presence in the background as something uh, coming up, something that's in the works, was really felt at E3 2004 to the point where Nintendo at E3, their E3 presentation made comments about how some companies can't wait for this generation to end, but we're playing our hand in the present. That's kind of like what Microsoft is doing right now. It's clear. It's clear that the so-called Durango Xbox 8, Xbox 720, Xbox Loop, whatever you want to call it, is on the way. But really, Microsoft's stalling. I don't think that they're not going to show their eighth generation Xbox. They're not going to do it. And at the most, they're going to tease it a little bit at the end, but they want to combat the Wii U announcement by keeping everyone focused on Xbox 360. They have an advantage in that, and that millions of people already have Xbox 360 in their homes. There's going to be no huge investment of hundreds of dollars for most of what Microsoft is going to be announcing. Their new games, Halo 4 being key among them. Really, aside from that, I don't expect much. They're probably still going to push Connect. They're probably going to still try to push it as something that's relevant to casual gaming and traditional gaming, and it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I think they're going to have a relatively weak show. They're gonna. I don't know. I just expect to see some fairly generic and indistinctive. I think the thing is, I'm not dissing these games because the fact is I just don't care about them, so they're all just kind of the same for me. In the same way that if someone doesn't like cartoony platformers, like they're all gonna look the same to them, which is they say like, oh, all Wii games are the same or whatever, or all Nintendo games are the same. So there's to the same extent I'm not into gritty adrenaline pumped first person shooters, so they're not generally that distinctive to me. Uh, but at the same time, I know like there's lots of things out there like like Bioshock and Bulletstorm that really break the mold and aren't just brown stereotypically macho, uh, you know, firefights. But getting off topic there, I don't expect much from Microsoft's E3 presentation. I don't expect anything huge. They're going to properly reveal Halo 4. They're probably going to save that towards the middle or end because they don't want everyone. Once you show Halo 4, there's nothing bigger they can show than that. And really, what I think I'm going to see a lot of, we saw it last year and we saw it the year before that. Microsoft is obsessed with turning Kinect and the Xbox 360 into some kind of set-top box multimedia home server with wireless gesture interface with Kinect, where you could sweep and give voice commands to your Xbox and have it load up your media or whatever. They're gonna push that more. We're gonna probably see more bad acting on stage of people and fake living room setups that are on stage acting like lifestyle type stuff of using Connect to interact with people and watching movies simultaneously from a remote location. And basically the Microsoft's basically trying to set up the Xbox 360 as a Trojan horse for some kind of Microsoft multimedia home server, using the Xbox. It's already in millions of homes. It's a good strategy, but it's not going to make for a compelling E3. People, I own Xbox. It's not going to. I think the 360. It's not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to wow them. I don't think it's going. Microsoft's going to have a fairly low key E3. Uh, that's that. That's it for that. And yeah, thanks for watching.